Hey guys, it's Mike from Chess Lifestyle, and yeah, I'm just walking home after a chess tournament, and yeah, I had some interesting reflections from today, and I wanted to share it with you guys. But yeah, basically a couple of days ago I turned 25, so that was pretty cool, and I've actually got a video I still need to react to because it's like to my 25-year-old self or something. I uploaded it on the channel like, I don't know, like, well, I guess 2-3 years ago now. But yeah, basically, in short, the tournament actually was quite a disaster, and it was on course to be my worst tournament yet. It was one of these weekend congresses, and I was on 0 out of 3. So I'd taken, it was 3 rounds on Saturday. I'd taken a bye in the morning round on Sunday because there were no trains in the morning, and then I was just going to play this final round. And basically, yeah, sitting on 0 out of 3 obviously felt terrible. But, you know, when I was thinking about like the games I played, I actually didn't play badly at all. And it was like, one of the games I did just get outplayed, but my opponent played really well. But then 2 of the games, I basically had gotten good positions, basically outplayed my opponent for at least like significant chunks of the game. And both of them I lost due to like some insane like blunder. And I mean, of course the blunder is completely my fault and it definitely reflects like my skill as a player. But it kind of made me realize that, you know, like whatever work you put into chess, you know, you're ultimately like restricted by whatever your like biggest flaw is. And if you're like in a stage of your like chess playing career where you're blundering a lot, that will literally just hold you down, because no matter how well you play, if you're able to make like 1-move blunders, and I mean against like these 2100 guys, like they're going to be tricky and trappy, so there's no amount of outplaying that will help you from, you know, losing these games. So it kind of got me thinking that like yeah, basically you know, when you take classical chess seriously, if you are blunder prone, it's just going to be a really horrible experience. And the funny thing was that in the last round I was playing a 2000 player, and I literally got to the board and I literally just couldn't care less. Like I probably would have pulled out of the tournament had it not been for the fact that I was basically chaperoning Caius, the 13-year-old friend of mine in Loughborough, because his dad's on holiday. So I was taking him to the tournament, and obviously I can't quit the tournament, you know, if he's playing, right? So I turn up to the game, and I literally just play the slug. I just don't care. I play like c3, knight a3, knight c2, f3, knight a3, knight f2, and just play from there. And it's incredible because actually the slug has a 4 out of 4 record in classical chess, and yeah, I won today as well, and it was such a nice game. But yeah, basically it just got me thinking that like as a player, and as a person actually, I feel like in my life, I've always, you know, if I've wanted something, I've worked hard at it. And I think in most things in life, I've generally achieved whatever I've put my mind to. But with classical chess, I mean, like I've been playing like a classical tournament a month for the last year. And I mean, I literally haven't made any gains whatsoever. And I don't think it's like anything to do with my chess, like my chess strength. Because it's more like, you know, I'll improve on one thing, and next tournament, another thing will be the flaw. And then I'll improve on that, and then a different thing will be the flaw. And I feel like for someone who does find it difficult to focus, and does find it like, I don't know, just like, there's just way more pressure on myself. Like, you know, like when I was a junior, it was just so much easier to just show up and play. Like I didn't have to think about anything, like any logistics, like food, like nothing, right? You just show up and play. So in a way, I think classical chess was easier when I was younger. And I think classical chess nowadays is just really brutal, to be honest. And I think what I want to do going forward is basically try and focus more on Blitz. Because Blitz I actually find really fun. I think it's very practical in terms of like, you know, when you go on holiday or you play like some street chess in London, it's always going to be Blitz. So being good at Blitz, I think, has some practical use. And I also think it's a better reflection of your chess strength. At least, like, no, I'm not talking about like classical chess strength, but I mean just like pure chess strength, right? Like your intuition, your skill. Like, sure, you can definitely blunder, but because everything is so flowing, it's definitely like less difficult to blunder, I think. In classical chess, you know, you can blunder due to overthinking and just self-destructing, or you can blunder because your opponent has set some clever trap. But in Blitz, that just doesn't really happen as much. It's just more flowy, and I feel like the stronger player generally comes out on top, you know? So I think, like, for me, right now, yeah, another factor as well is like with classical chess, I feel like I just can't keep up the hype and get like the focus levels high enough to do well in like a 9-round tournament or even these weekend congresses. I think the problem with weekend congresses is because they're so short, like I'm still living real life, right? I'm not just like on a holiday playing a 9-round tournament. So I think like, yeah, the 9 rounds is just too long. I mean, a weekend congress is like, I'm still like, you know, I have like real life getting in the way, and that stresses me out, and then I can't play as well. So it's just not really practical. But when you compare it to, let's say, 1 day Blitz events or 1 day rapid events, I feel like these are much more manageable because you can kind of get hyped for the day, like, you know, pack everything you need, make sure you've got all like the perfect amount of food, just like organize the travel for 1 day. Like, you know, for 1 day you can definitely like get in the chess zone, which is basically what you need to do well and not blunder and make stupid mistakes. So yeah, basically next weekend or the weekend after, there's a UK Blitz qualifier, and I think I'm gonna go to it and see how I find that and see how like the experience is compared to like classical chess, because I think right now I'm genuinely gonna find it more interesting and give me more motivation to play. And I think with classical chess, I think what I'm gonna do is limit myself to 2 types of classical chess. One is team events, because in general, like when I'm playing in a team, you know, the morale is much more fun and more interesting. And yeah, so I'll be playing in the Loughborough League, but also I've got this team called the Hefflump Hunters, and we're actually gonna have our over-the-board debut in October. We're going to be playing in the National Clubs Championships in the UK, which is going to be really fun. Like some of the guys from Belgium are going to come over, which will be nice. And then also classical tournaments where I'm actually more focused on the holiday as opposed to the chess. So like if there's a destination in the world that I really, really want to visit, and I'm basically going there for holiday vibes, but also there's a classical tournament, then these are the 2 scenarios where I think I want to play, because not only will the whole experience just be more enjoyable for me, but also I'm not going to, you know, stress so much about the results, which will probably even just make my chess worse and increase my chances of like overthinking and like focusing so hard that I miss some stupid tactic. So yeah, that's basically my conclusions from this tournament and conclusions from turning 25. And I think this will actually just lead to a much like healthier balance. My god, this is probably the first time I'm ever like suggesting that I'm going to be able to have some healthy balance in my life with anything. But yeah, basically that's all my conclusions really. I think that's it. And oh, one last thing was that like, yeah, like after yesterday scoring 0 out of 3, I was like so annoyed with myself. I wanted to study like the Yusupov 9-book series and just like go back, start all over, just go through all the basics again. But I realized today it's not that. Like today I played the slug, I completely outplayed my 2000 rated opponent and crushed him. And it's really just it's all psychological, I think, right now for me. Like I think it's just like, yeah, I get in my head, I'm not able to play at my peak strength. And it's not about like not understanding the basics. Like I understand it, it's just like implementing it, like 100% of the time. It's just not happening, you know? So yeah, I think like by playing more Blitz, I think I'm going to have like more chance of getting into this chess zone, getting hyped for the day, and actually playing like some really good chess that reflects all the training I've put in and my chess strength. And actually, instead of studying the 9-book Yusupov series, what I prefer to do, oh, let's not get run over by a car. Yeah, what I prefer to do is study Turetsky, because just for my sake of interest, there are like which I just never have studied properly. So like, it sounds stupid, but even like bishop endgames, like bishop and pawns against bishop and pawns, I've never studied this. And like, I genuinely am curious about all of the principles and like solving some exercises from it. So I don't know if Turetsky is what I need in my chess training, but I think basically what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna like do any training that will, let's say, you know, dampen my chess ability. I just want to like study like, you know, study like some happy child, just like picking stuff that they genuinely find interesting and just go from there, and not like stress about, oh, what's going to like improve my results the most, because ultimately right now nothing I do training wise is going to improve my results, but just somehow finding a way to take off like this psychological burden that I've put myself under when I play classical chess. So I think, yeah, basically I'm going to be taking Blitz more seriously, so like yeah, playing more of these like big tournaments against strong players. And for classical, yeah, stick to the team chess. That's pretty much it. And also, if like some of my friends want to go on holiday somewhere and play an event, like, yeah, I'm down. Like if we go like somewhere cool, I think that's gonna be much more interesting and much more enjoyable for me. So yeah, that's my reflection from this tournament. And yeah, I hope I'll be able to keep this up. And oh my god, I just saw this guy has a chessboard. Chess is on the rise. Okay, I'm gonna call it a day there. Okay, see ya.